Heywire. Young regional Australians telling it like it is.
Bang, bang, bang. As the night goes on, another ute load filled with back-breaking lifting and gear thrashing work, only to return to the chiller and load the ton or so of kangaroos onto the chiller rails with rusty old hooks that always seem to cut your hands. At the end of the work, I have a bush shower, simply a tap fixed to the side of the van.
I walked out to the kitchen one morning to the radio blaring as usual and prepared myself for Dad's depressing daily weather update. But something was different this morning. Dad was beaming and took great joy in announcing,
"There's big rain coming, mate. It's going to be the drought breaker."
maybe this time the weatherman will be right. That night, sure enough, I awoke at midnight to the rumbling of thunder and steady soaking rain hitting the roof.
But in 2011, the war started. My family's home was bombed by a plane and then by a rocket. Everything was gone. Later, we watched the video of the explosion flattening our home on Google. The restaurant where my father worked was bombed to ice, and some of my friends were killed while shopping.
I got more confidence and got myself a job at Alice Springs Hospital as an interpreter for Indigenous people who come from remote communities. I like doing this because I feel proud of myself. I speak 4 languages, English, Warlpiri, and Darmaja, and I'm only 18 years old.
I feel trapped by the body I was born in. I can't escape my dysphoria. I bind my chest every day, which gives me back pains and sometimes makes breathing a struggle. The feeling is difficult to describe. It's like being trapped in a room with no escape. It's the feeling of hiding your head under your covers at night to keep safe from monsters, only to find that the air becomes hot and unbreathable, and no matter how hard you struggle, you can't pull the blankets off. It's like the people closest to you telling you that you'll never be good enough, that no one will ever love you. It feels like I'm in an emotionally abusive relationship with my own body.
I don't dream of playing for Australia. I'd just love to score a big century for my local club and eventually score more than my dad. Hanging around these blokes has improved my self-confidence and made me even more passionate about equality in sport, because everyone is entitled to a fair go.
And being the only Indigenous student at the school, I was very shy and I kept to myself. People would ask me ridiculous questions like, did I live in a hut? Or, did I know what a computer was? During conversations, I'd reply with one-word answers. And even then, I'd have to change the way I spoke so that they would understand my accent.
There are now 2 major bushfires burning. One is out of control, crossing farmland and destroying anything in its path. It is only getting hotter when Mum arrives home from work. She says, "We have to leave now."
This proved quite a challenge because each time I went to stand upright or lean out of the saddle, my horse would stop, resulting in some heavy falls. But none of it scared me. I guess I was too little to realise what could go wrong.
4 years on, boarding still has its bad times when I miss home and my family. But I have great friends and the students and teachers around me are so friendly. And splitting my time between boarding in Toowoomba and being with my family on Palm Island has meant I know 2 lifestyles. I am now 2-way strong.